Have you ever had one of those days where just everything feels off to you? You wake up late, you start the day frustrated, you start eating junk food and abandoning your diet, you skip the workout, you snap at someone you love, and you waste an hour scrolling on your phone. And before you know it, you've convinced yourself the entire day is ruined. But what if I told you that you don't need a new direction, that you don't need a perfect plan, you don't need next Monday? You might only need 10 minutes. Today we're talking about a 10-minute life reset. This is a practical way to stop spiraling and regain control quickly. Most life resets don't start with a new house or a new job or $1 million. They start with a new decision. The moment you stop staring at what you've lost and you start building on what you currently have. Welcome to another episode of the Leading Life Podcast, where we talk practical wisdom for leadership and life. I'm your host, Andy Zook, and I've learned that leadership is about how we show up for people, how we navigate change, and how we continue growing. Right now on the Leading Life Podcast, we're talking about a 10-minute life reset. Hi, I'm Andy, and this is the show where we explore leadership, personal growth, and practical wisdom to help you lead yourself and others more effectively. No phony positivity, no empty motivation, and definitely no corporate speak. Today, I want to talk about something that has helped me tremendously because let's be honest, life gets messy. And I mean, that's a given, but let's keep it real. Life gets difficult. Life can be hard. Life can feel like you're doing everything right to go into the best possible direction, but you can't see the destination in the distance sometimes. Some of the most successful people I know feel this way. Even the most disciplined people have bad days because the goal isn't perfection. The goal is just learning how to reset our lives faster when we need to. And at different points in your life, you're going to get stuck, or you're going to fall into some kind of a pattern that isn't the best for you. And that's okay. We all do it. But here's a fact. Most people stay stuck longer than necessary in that habit or that bad pattern. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that a bad moment has to become a bad day, or a bad day starts to bring on a bad week. A bad week becomes a bad month, not because of the original problem, but because we keep feeding it. We keep replaying it in our head and we keep identifying with it. Psychologists call this emotional momentum. Once we get moving in one direction, we tend to continue moving in that direction. So here's the good news. Momentum works both ways, and you can create momentum just as quickly. All right, let's get right to it. The 10-minute reset framework is simple. When life feels overwhelming, try these 5 steps, and it's just 2 minutes each, 10 minutes total. Number 1, the first thing I want you to do is just stop. Sit quietly for 2 minutes and just stop everything around you. Leave your phone in another room. Get away from all the tech in your life. That means no email, no social media, no laptop, no distractions. Get somewhere quiet and just breathe. Most people never pause long enough to recognize they're operating on an autopilot. The reset begins when that autopilot shuts off. You know, Pascal wrote in the 1600s, all of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to just sit quietly in a room alone. Trust me, that is so true. And what he meant wasn't that every problem will literally disappear, but it's deeper than that. It's that we constantly distract ourselves from uncomfortable truths. We run from boredom, anxiety, loneliness, and mortality. We fill every moment with noise, entertainment, work, conflict, or busyness. It's because we never stop and just examine ourselves in our life. We make poor decisions and we create unnecessary suffering when we don't stop and slow down. Number 2, I want you to breathe. Take in slow, deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Longer exhale than inhale. This tells your nervous system that you are safe. Your body can't perform at a high level if it thinks you're constantly under attack. Sometimes the fastest way forward is to slow down and breathe. I have a great 10-minute beginner's yoga video saved on my YouTube channel that is a great way to start the day with some stretching and breathing. Trust me, it's just 10 minutes and it helps strip away about 90% of the stress that I'm feeling. So just stop. You don't have to do yoga. Just stop and slow down and breathe. Step 3, ask yourself one very important question. What matters most right now? Not tomorrow, not next year, but just right now. Most stress comes from us carrying too many priorities simultaneously, and a reset will help you focus on just one. I always say a truly rewarding life is built on putting your energies into what gives you the greatest result. And that result is up to you. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's the result of stronger financial gain. Maybe it's the result of a happier marriage or relationship. But just pick one thing right now that will keep you on the track for a better day ahead. Step 4, move. Yeah, I talk about it all the time, but get your body involved. The body keeps score. So go for a walk, do some stretching, do push-ups, take the stairs, jump rope, dance around the room if you have to. Movement changes chemistry. Motion creates emotion. When you don't have to feel motivated before you move. Often movement will create motivation. All the health studies say the same thing. And even if it's just 20 minutes of movement a day, taking a walk, exercising, I don't care if you go in and out of the gym for 20 minutes, just do something because it will make a huge difference on your health and mental clarity. And bottom line, it's going to put you into a better mood, period. All right, step 5, last step, easy. Take one meaningful action today. Don't pick 10. Don't do this huge to-do list of stuff. Just one meaningful thing now. Send the email, make the call, apologize to someone, drink the water, go for the walk, start the first paragraph. Leadership for your life often comes down to just taking the next right step. Just take the action. Remember this, anger stays dormant and useless while love takes meaningful action. Researchers have found that small wins will create confidence for you. Not massive wins, but just small steps. When people feel stuck, they often start thinking bigger, but progress usually starts with smaller steps. One healthy meal, one workout, one chapter that you read, one chapter you wrote, one conversation, one brave decision. Success compounds, but it takes that single action. The people I've seen lead their lives don't avoid bad days. They recover from them quickly. And that's the difference. Anyone can be positive when life is easy. Leadership appears when life gets difficult. A leader says, this moment isn't ideal, but I refuse to let it define my day. That's self-leadership. And every great leader learns that skill. So a couple reflection questions to ask yourself. What is currently draining my energy? What am I making bigger than it really is? And what's one action that can improve my day by just 1%? Don't underestimate the power of small course corrections. A plane flying across the country reaches its destination through thousands of tiny adjustments. Your life can work the same way. So here's your call to action for the episode. The next time you feel overwhelmed, don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for motivation, and don't wait for the perfect circumstances. They're not going to come. Just give yourself 10 minutes. Remember, stop, breathe, focus, move, and act, and watch what happens. Because sometimes a better day is only 10 minutes away. And as my wife says, your life can change in an instant. Last thing I want to tell you is if things are feeling like they're unraveling, just try this reset. Just because life around you feels like it's unraveling a little bit doesn't mean you have to as well. Many moments in my life were made of highs and lows, trust me. In 2011, I was at this huge career low, thus life low, really. And I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. I kept trying over and over and falling down. And all I needed was just one break. On Valentine's Day that year, a day I will never forget, my wife had on this beautiful brown dress, and we were driving to dinner to celebrate the day together. And before I know it, halfway to the restaurant, a call comes through on my phone. And it was who was to become my newest regional director. And she said, "Hi, is this Andy?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "My name is Christina, and I've heard a lot about you, and I would love to talk to you about an amazing opportunity." My whole career changed because of that phone call. Honestly, my whole life changed in that one call. And what I'm trying to say to you is keep doing the right things. Keep moving forward. Do this reset. Don't give up, because all it takes is somebody seeing what you're capable of, and your life can change in that instant. The difference in people who put together an incredible life and those who did not was basically based on who gave up and who kept going. So stop, breathe, focus, move, then act. All right, that is today's episode. And if this podcast made a positive impact, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. I would truly appreciate a quick rating or review on whatever platform you listen to me on. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming up next on the Leading Life Podcast. I'm Andy Zook. Remember, I want you to lead with purpose, live with intention, and keep becoming who you were meant to be. But most importantly, go out today and be the hero in somebody's story. And do this reset and be the hero in your story. Okay? All right. Have an awesome day, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Take care. Bye.